Welcome back once again to CBSE Board Economics. I'm Saddam Hussain. Hope you're preparing well for your December exam. Today we'll discuss in this short video about the foreign exchange rate. How is it determined? There are three foreign exchange rates in your syllabus. How they are determined? Number one is flexible or floating exchange rate. Number two is fixed exchange rate. Number three is managed floating. You just have to know the meanings of these according to your syllabus. Let's see the first one. What exactly is flexible or floating exchange rate? What is flexible? These days, of course, we have floating and flexible foreign exchange rate. How is the foreign exchange rate determined? Today's foreign exchange rate may be $1 is equal to 72 rupees. Who determined that? The foreign exchange rate is automatically determined in the market by the forces of demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. Where the demand and supply intersect each other, that's called foreign exchange rate. The demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange is equal. That means there is no excess demand, there is no excess supply, there is no deficiency, both are equal. There is a demand of $500 and supply of $500 in the economy. The exchange rate is determined. So simply remember, the foreign exchange rate is determined in the floating or flexible exchange rate system by the force of demand and supply of foreign exchange. Where the demand and supply are equal, that's called equilibrium foreign exchange rate. That is called, why do we call it floating or flexible exchange rate? Because it keeps on fluctuating, it keeps on floating. That's why it's called floating exchange rate. Merits and demerits are not in your syllabus. So just get the meaning. Demand and supply is equal. That's called floating foreign exchange rate. The foreign exchange, that means in the floating or flexible foreign exchange rate, the central bank, Reserve Bank of India, has no role to play. The government of India has no role to play. Automatically, the market forces of demand and supply of foreign exchange. The second one, we discuss it now. What is fixed foreign exchange rate? Under fixed foreign exchange rate, it was there earlier. It was there. It's no more there. In the fixed foreign exchange rate, the exchange rate is fixed by the central bank. That's Reserve Bank of India or the government. The central bank of the country, RBI or the central government, they determine the foreign exchange rate. They fix it. Maybe as $1 is equal to 50 rupees or $1 is 60 rupees. It does not change with the changes in demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. It remains same. It does not fluctuate because of the changes in demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. The government or the central bank does not interfere on the exchange rate. So that's fixed exchange rate. Just remember, fixed exchange rate is determined by the central bank, not by the force of demand and supply of foreign exchange, or determined by the government. It does not change. It remains constant. And the last one, you have what exactly is managed floating. We do have this system these days. What exactly is managed floating? Under managed floating, the foreign exchange rate is automatically determined in the market by the force of demand and supply, like the floating or flexible exchange rate. But what is the difference between floating, flexible exchange rate and managed floating? This is extension of that. Under managed floating, the government or the central bank has the power to intervene on the foreign exchange rate, though it is determined in the market by the force of demand and supply. How do they intervene? How does the central bank? If the exchange rate is steadily going up, exchange rate is really increasing, that's bad for the economy. The central bank can intervene on this. How do they do that? They put more foreign exchange in the market, they supply. When they put more supply of foreign exchange in the market, excess supply of dollars or foreign exchange, as a result, the foreign exchange rate will come down. Or if the exchange rate is coming down really low, $1 is becoming 1 rupee, that's also bad. Then how does the central bank control it, intervene on this? Then the central bank starts buying the dollars or foreign exchange. Again, the price of dollars will go up. That is called managed floating. So what exactly is managed floating? Under managed floating, the exchange rate is automatically determined in the market by the force of demand and supply of foreign exchange, but at the same time, the central bank or the government can intervene on it. If the exchange rate is not according to the wishes of the central bank, they can intervene on it. That's why it's called managed floating. Floating is taking place, but the government will manage or the central bank will manage. These are the three foreign exchange rate that they are very important. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck for your board exams. Don't forget to share, subscribe and like our videos. Till we meet next time, goodbye. Bye bye guys.